All right, Jerry, I caught you right in the middle of a drink. Let me wait till this starts over here so we don't get double talkage going on here. Welcome, everybody. It's Sunday, 7 o'clock on December 19th. And what the heck? Oh, there's a delay. There it goes. All right. Okay, so it's Sunday, December 19th. We've got an interesting week here, Jerry. So first of all, welcome. We got a ton of people in here. I know more people will Johnny come latelys and what's another saying? Fashionably late and all those people in here. But we will do some shout outs. We'll go through my week, go through Jerry's week. We'll look at the market, talk about it's gonna be a rough week, I think. It is what it is. We'll talk about that too. So let me talk about my week. My week's pretty easy. Not much to talk about. I took some calculated losses. I think Jerry did as well. Where is the heck is my portfolio at, Jerry?
It's in one of those.
Okay, what's that?
It's in one of those tabs.
Yeah, it's in one of those tabs. All right, so I took $102 in profit last week. So I did take some losses too, though, to offset that. I basically took a calculated loss on Baba. I had 90 puts on. I had two of them too. And my thinking is I just, they were probably safe, to be honest with you. It was a $124 loss I took there. But my thinking is, if I get back to the freaking stream here, my thinking is I just don't know what Xi Jinping and the CCP is going to do. What if they delist this thing or something like that, right? And somehow there's like, okay, well, you're a long 700 freaking or seven contracts, and then you're short these. Let's sign you these, two shorts as well at 90. Plus, you got 700 shares here, and I just didn't want to. Who knows what they were going to do because we don't know what they would do with the actual contracts, right? If this got delisted, okay, yeah, they assigned me some shares over on HK or something like that, but maybe they're going to give me another, 200 shares at 90 or something. I don't want another 200 shares, right? So I just said, you know what, screw you. I'm going to get rid of these and just take the loss at $124. And I offset it with some gains too. In those gains, I took a QQQ gain for $145, and I took instead of grabbing some grabs, Jerry, I gave my grabs back.
Did you?
So, yeah, I got out. I might get back in. Who knows? I might grab some more grabs sometime down the road. But I took a small gain in my grabs, ungrabbed my grabs for $80. And I actually made a mistake there too because I'm so used to taking because we were long those, right? For some reason, I just did the opposite and like went below instead of going higher. So I think I burned myself out of 25, $30 or something like that.
And they filled immediately.
Oh yeah, they filled immediately. I'm like, oh, that was easy. And shout out to good old Thumper here. Thumper burned like a $250 bill or something like that, but doing the same thing basically. You have to. Sometimes it's tough when it shows a negative number. Should I go down? Should I go up? All that. So I screwed up. If I went with the mid price, I probably would have been fine. But I went lower than the mid because I'm so used to doing that, getting rid of my short puts. So I took $100 gain last week. I did put some stuff on though. So what did I put on last week? So I did. Let's see here. 15th. That was last week, right? Yep, it was. So I put a Facebook strangle on. So I got Facebook strangle on. I got, just for anybody that's curious, I got a 400 on the top side. I got a 250 on the bottom side for a total of $260 for that strangle. I got an SOXL on. I put one of those on a 42 strike there. And I put a Amazon put spread. So I got a 2,500, a 26 on the top side, a 2,500 on the bottom side. And I think that was for a total of about $215 or something like that. So very little maintenance margin taken up on that. roughly about $2,500 or something like that. So it was about a 10% gain. And it didn't fill right away. I had to work with it a little bit on that one. So that's a 40 DTE. Yeah, so that one kind of played out. So as it sits right now, it's kind of a little rough to see how much I have cooking because I got some strangles and I got those. I think it's roughly about 2,800, somewhere around 28 to almost 3,000. I think I have cooking at this point. 14% buying power used, $43,000 in maintenance margin, and 678,000 in notational value. And see, 18 positions, 31 contracts total. So I'm going to let Gerry go through his week before we start talking about the markets, because I normally just mention the market. But Gerry, go ahead and take your week away.
Yeah, I'm actually very similar to you. Let me turn my volume down. Very similar. I closed out 9 positions, rolled 2. The rolls, those are the only 2 puts. Well, actually, there's 3, but there's 2 of those. The losses that I rolled out was K-Web, which is essentially a big part of that is BABA. K-Web is a Chinese ETF. So I rolled that one down. I had a 41 that I closed out at a loss, sold the 39, collected another couple $100 in premium. And then there was an ARC G65 that I took the loss on and rolled that out down to 60. So I got $5 lower on the strike, and I collected another 100, I think it was 100 something dollars in premium there. But overall for the week, I closed out a bunch of other stuff too, about 7 other positions. So that balanced everything out. So net profit for the week was $81.82. And the openings were those 2 rolls. And plus I opened a 1 workhorse $4.50 put for like $20.
What's the thinking there?
Cash interest, essentially. It's just cash sitting in my Fidelity brokerage. If I can just make, $30-$40 on a month.
That's
on
definitely
that.
not a Gerry special.
No, it's not. But I actually got 100 shares of that too. So, but overall, I opened $718 of premium, and that was essentially those 2 rolls of K-Web and ARC K or ARC G. So that actually increased my premium cooking from last week to $4,586. Maintenance margin is 28,700. 24% buying power used. And like you, I'm just this week. Last week was okay for me. I didn't have any problem going through last week. This week is going to be a little rough. And
yeah, I didn't mention what I have on this week. So just the only thing expires. By the way, people, Thursday is expiry this week, not Friday. Friday's the market's closed. And I think the market, does it close early on Thursday? No, I think it doesn't close early on Thursday. So it's a regular day on Thursday, I think.
Yeah, it's a regular day.
But Friday, in observation of Santa Claus Day, which is on Saturday, it's closed. So expiry is on Thursday this week. I do have 2 things that expire this Thursday. One is actually in the money right now. So I have 2 IWM puts. I got a 215, I got a 209 for this Thursday. The 215 is obviously in the money. And as it sits right now, the Russell is on fire. Is that the right way to say it? No. It's cold.
Yeah, it's on fire the opposite way.
Yes, it's on fire the opposite way. It's down 2% as we speak. So, and I think that's actually a new low for the last, 6-7 months or something like that.
But it was up 1 on Friday.
Yeah, I mean, it's all over the place. It definitely looks like it's breaking through support at this point. And that's concerning. I mean, we'll talk about the market here in a second, but IWM, I do have one that's in the money. It's a 215. And then I got the 209, which honestly, I kind of see the market going to 209 or the IWM going to 209 by the end of the week. I'll probably take both of those. I'm not really concerned about it. I'll take them. That's still 40 something grand though, 42 grand, but it is what it is. I'm learning from good old James Rowe taking 26 positions. What else? I still have a lot of IWMs on, even if those come off. I got a 205, I got a 203 for next week. I got two 203s, by the way. Then I got five 190s. And it's falling to that support. I still think it's good. I'll look, to see where things are at on Thursday. If I need to roll something, maybe I'll roll it. But I don't really have a problem with taking either one of those either. And next week, I just have a Boeing 185, and then I got I have three IWMs for next week, 205s and 203s. Let's take it week by week. But that's the reason why I get into the index. It's just a little bit easier to deal with. So, Gerry, you want to mention, you got anything expiring this week that's in trouble or what?
I got a few things. This is a sneak preview because I usually don't share it until my Wednesday videos, but essentially I got 5 things expiring that are in the money, and they're pretty crappy positions, to be honest with you. I got a Palantir 22, which I may just eat and take the loss. I have a Lemonade 50, which I'm considering taking because the call premiums are pretty good on that one. I have a TNA 80 that I'd probably take as well. I have a Fubo.
Is that Fubo TV?
Fubo TV 20 that I'll probably just take the loss on. And I have a Stone, STNE, the Brazilian, whatever the hell that thing is. I have a 20 on that. Yeah, that I'll probably just eat on as well. To me, those, especially Fubo and Stone, I don't believe I would roll. I mean, even if I could roll it, it'd be at the same strike, and I don't know if I want to do that.
Those are going to look ugly tomorrow morning, assuming the market stays where it is. But it is just manage it, week by week. Take what you can take, which is solid. Take the losses on some things just to just reduce some of that risk. Let's do some shout outs here, and because I don't want to get too far behind in all the chat. We got All Good First. So there is a poll. Gerry put this one up. So go ahead and we'll talk about the poll later on in the stream because I want people to vote. So I'll kind of mention it here and there. But we'll mention our thoughts on it. So and kind of curious to know what everybody else thinks too. What's going on? All good. Hello. Let's see here. Good Sunday evening, boys. Yeah, good talking to you last night. All good. Got Gerry. What's going on, Gerry? Evening. Grateful man. We missed you on Thursday. I don't know where you're at. Probably working hard. Or not working at all. I don't know. So, a gift of a 360. What's that mean, Gerry?
That's a good question. I don't know.
360 around the globe. Looks like a nice little beach setting there. So evening, a gift of 360. We got me there. We got CMFW, Gerry's equal half. We got Dave Hipson. Good talking to you on Thursday night as well. Had a pretty good conversation with David. I don't think he's really been pretty active in there as far as talking wise every once in a while, but it was good to actually, get more information out of him and learn more about him. So I'm hoping you're, I don't want to mention anything personal because I don't know if you want to share it on the stream. So hope you're doing well tonight, David. We got Mark Ryan. Hello from Central Florida. Which part of Florida are you in, Mark?
I think he's in Central Florida.
Gerry. So that's what, like Orlando, maybe? It's pretty central. Well, I mean, is it central, like central, or is it central side to side, or is it central up and down and side to side? You know,
True.
former President Raymond Huffman. So if he said former VP Raymond Huffman out there, I just call him former president because that's apparently what everybody they just leave VP out.
Yeah, Huffman.
Um,
That's a good name. Just call him Huff.
Yeah, Huff. What's going on? Former President Raymond Huffman. We got Matthew. Come on, Santa Claus Rally. Yeah, let's talk about that here in a second. Obviously, I don't know shit about where the market's going. I'm just going to give you my thoughts, right? Gerry's going to give you his thoughts, and then 10 mofos down the street would give you theirs, It's like everybody's going to be different. So we got Gerry. What's going on, Gerry? Good evening. What do you think of Santa Claus rally? A Santa rally. I don't know. We haven't got to it yet. The week's not over yet. We got 4 days. Chucky Chill. What's going on, Chucky Chill? It's coming. You got 4 days. Well, technically, I think the Santa Claus rally can go to the end of the year, if I'm not mistaken, but. Do you take profits at $50 on an option in a day when you just hit it right, or do you let it? No, I take a profit. I just did it. Was it last week, Gerry? Was it QQQ? No, it was Tesla, right? Let's see. What was it? Tesla last week? Yeah, it was a 0-day hold. Sorry, 0-day hold on Tesla. I had intentions of holding it for 30 something days, and I made a 40% gain on that, almost 43% gain on that. So $138 in a matter of, I don't know, a couple hours or something like that. So sometimes it can work in your favor. I would definitely take it if I was, depends on me. The $50 could be 1% up. It could be 30%. It could be 100% up. I don't know. You know what I mean? It depends. I would just look at it that way. Let's see here. Mark Ryan, do you guys go lower delta on puts when you don't want to get assigned and just collect premium, but higher delta when you wheel a stock? Yes. For me, both of those things are true. So I don't really want to be assigned on anything in my options account, but in my retirement accounts, I've been going with like a 0.15 to 0.2 delta, 0.20 delta to 0.15 delta. And I actually put a 345 on this week as well, or last week as well, along with the 365 I had on. So I think that's like $900 in premium right there. It expires in January. And I just, it's pretty aggressive, but it's still not aggressive, right? It's more aggressive for what I normally do, but I want to make sure that I'm making money in that account. You know what? Assign me. You know what I mean? Get down there and assign me. And then I'll turn around and do a couple of calls. And so in that account, I don't have a problem with it. I'll churn it. But in my options account, I have I don't really want to take anything. So I go with a lower delta. So Gerry, maybe you can talk about both of those things too.
Yeah, I've been, I essentially look at a chart for the most part. I don't do it all the time. For the most part, I look at a chart, and wherever that delta is, where I want to be at on the stock, that's where I sell it. So it could be a 10 delta, it could be a 5 delta, it could be a 20 delta. It just really depends on what the chart's looking like and how comfortable I am on it. For wheeling a stock, I don't really get into much that I really intend to wheel, though I did. I got assigned some Meta ETF shares, META, in my retirement account. Like Dave was saying, I put it in my Roth, and I sold a put basically at the money, and I got assigned it, and I'll wheel it, and it's a small amount of money. No, it had a jump, it had a run up because it's called
because
Meta.
of Facebook. That's the reason they couldn't go with the Meta freaking tickers, because it already was out there.
It was already taken. So it's actually a decent portfolio if you look at it. So I sold that one pretty much at the money. I took the shares. It's in my retirement account, and I will wheel it as necessary. So in my taxable brokerage and options account, I don't intentionally take stock.
Yeah, for me, it's two different answers given what account it is. So, Gary, let's see what's here. Last 2 weeks selling calls and puts in the VIX has been a winner. Yeah, it's a lot of volatility right now, a ton of volatility. So you can almost day trade options. Get into where you normally would get in, but if it goes up that day, like it reverses or something, you can get out the same day. But don't try to go in specifically trying to do that because that'll probably just screw you up. Matter of fact, good old Thumper here did that and got his ass handed to him, I think. Go ahead and take a look at Thumper's latest couple of videos he's did as well. He's getting close to being monetized, so give him some support there. Go watch some videos. Go watch some playlists of his and just set them in the background and go off and eat dinner. Go sit on the pot, come back, and then it'll help him out in the watch hours. He's still got another 1,000 watch hours to get or something, somewhere around there. Yeah, because being monetized is not easy, folks. 4,000 watch hours is a lot of time. It takes a long time to get there. He's doing very well, though. Frame of mind, we got is that a backhanded slap or what? What is that? What's going on, frame of mind?
He's just waiting.
Let's see here, James. James, you left before I got back into, like, I got to go shopping, you know what I mean? But you left already. By the time I come back in there, you're already gone. I posted a file in the Discord resources tab, which I think people will find interesting. Yeah, we'll take a look at it. We can pin it too if we need to, if it's not already been pinned. But we'll take a look at it. Laugh. I work hard at not working at all. Yeah, that's if you don't want to pay taxes, you need to take a permanent vacation. That's the truth too, because you can really pay zero in taxes if you had qualified dividends, not doing options, and you just leisurely lay on the beach all year, you will pay zero in taxes. But the minute you start working, you'll probably end up owing taxes. So would have failed miserably. Four more nights, and then I'll ease up a bit till everybody starts trying to send their stuff back. Shit back. What is that, Gerry?
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, that is SHIT. Everybody starts trying to send their.
Yeah, he's in Melbourne. Okay, I know Melbourne. Yeah, I've been to Melbourne. Melbourne's pretty cool. Melbourne. Did they have a REI there, or was that in Jacksonville? I was in Jacksonville. We went. Yeah. All right. All right. So thanks for mentioning that. So let's see here. Some other stuff I wanted to talk about because am I at the bottom already? Yeah, I'm all right at the bottom. Jesus. So we'll get to this one then. See, your Friday morning started with both SPY and Tesla puts briefly going in the money. Luckily, they rallied and both expired out of the money. It was assigned 2,600 shares of NNDM. That's that shitty-ass company I don't want to touch.
Isn't it that Israeli tech company or something?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question.
I think it is.
2,600 shares. Jeez. Were you able to cover calls on it or what? 26 contracts. But let's talk about the market here because it's an elephant in the room. Wait, Gerry, I can do it. I can do an elephant. Let me see if I can do it. That's a terrible elephant. Sorry.
That was horrible. Yeah, it
was. Yeah. So the market. So we had the news come out on 2:00 Eastern time on Wednesday, right? The market rallied off of that. I'm like, all right, well, we're off to the races, And of course, I got a freaking itchy nose. The market just rallied. I'm okay. Maybe we should go long. Maybe this is. We did make a new high, by the way, on the S&P 500, so we were right. But it also looked like it was just a freaking trap, right? A rug pull because it just literally sold off the next day. But it also invalidates James Rowe's head and shoulders as well on the SPY. So that head and shoulders it's not really valid anymore. We double topped. Now we made a new low. it could reverse at this point from where it's at. It's not looking really. It's not looking likely given where the market's at right now, pre-market, but it's sitting on a trend line right now, and it's sitting right around that 50-period moving average. We'll see what it does. I would venture to guess I'd give it more downside, and we'll probably test the 450 on the SPY, and then maybe even go down to the 200 this time. I don't know. But you have to understand also that nothing really changed Fed-wise, in my opinion. It's talking about what 2 to 3 interest rates raises next year, probably starting around mid-year, maybe to mid to late in the season or something like that next year. How do I get back to the stream? Okay, here it is. So I would say right now I'd probably give it more of like a 65, 70% more downside this week and maybe next week, right? Because there's going to be volatility too, because you got tax loss harvesting, you got quad witching, which was last week, right? You have the Fed news last week. You have, what was it? The debt ceiling, did that finally passed or went through or whatever?
Yeah, that passed, yeah.
The Build Back Broke plan is not going to go through, hopefully until never, but that's not going to happen most likely in December. Manchin pretty much shut it down, thank God. God with a GAWD. And then we had, what's the last thing? You just have a lot of jockeying, and I think a lot of sector rotations going on and stock rotations going on too right now. The DIA my dividend portfolio got trashed last week. Some of the days, Microsoft, Apple got toasted, 3% down, 3.5% down on some of those days. And then one of the days, Friday, just torched the portfolio. So there's a lot of rotation going on right now too. Some things held up better than others. I would say the SPYs held up pretty good. The QQQs held up okay, but they did have a rough Friday as well. Russell's getting trashed big time lately. Definitely the worst of all four, of course. DAA is kind of holding up okay. I don't really give a shit about the DAA personally. To be honest with you, it's not really one I give a shit about. But Gerry, any comments on the market this week and maybe by the rest of the year?
I think we're going to go down, up, down, and then up. That's how
basically, yeah, we don't know.
That's how I think it's going to go. We're going to have Monday's going to be down, Tuesday's up, Wednesday's down, Thursday's up. I think it's going to be pretty flat.
Probably going to be light volume this week too. And honestly, usually these types of weeks where they're light volume, when there's holidays, the market likes to melt up for some reason. It just does. I don't know why. It normally melts up on very low volume. So it is what it is. So Friday was pretty heavy volume, by the way. Thursday was a little bit less volume. But Wednesday, honestly, was a heavy volume day. And that was the market news day. And then Tuesday and Monday were just low volume. So, but the heavy volume, I don't know. We made a new high on the SP 500. So our poll was correct. But it was short-lived, very short-lived.
So I definitely see some rotation happening, and that's why I came up with that question, the poll question for this week. Is I can see some of that happening this week. There's tax loss harvesting. I mean, I'm doing some of it, and I'm peanuts. So there's some big time people that got sitting on some big time gains, and they're taking either losses or profits or rolling into different sectors to take advantage of lower valuations. So
this is normal. This happens every year. Always some volatile moves at the end of the year, sector rotations, people portfolio rebalancing. I'm actually waiting till next year, the 4th, because that's the first day it opens. I'm actually waiting to take some profits and some of the dividend stocks I have to roll out to rebalance a little bit out of there and stuff. I'm waiting because I already have enough capital gains. I got too many freaking taxes I got to pay this year. So I'm just waiting on that. Somebody to do anything. I've really contemplated taking those BABA leaps and just taking the $7,000 loss on those just to reduce my taxes by,
See, that's
3,500 grand, $4,000 or something.
That's where a lot of volatility comes from. I mean, you're sitting on it, then if you're going to pay taxes and
But it's
you're worried
stupid to
about
do that too, because I could just sell some at the money calls going out to like February and collect $7,000 right there. So it is stupid to do that, but it does. I'm like, that's almost $4,000 I can save in taxes right there if I took that loss. So I haven't taken any yet.
The Fed, I don't know. I don't know if that's really going to affect anything. I mean, you're talking what, quarter point? What's that going to do?
What's that? Oh no, it's 2 to 3 times next year.
Right. I mean, even if it's 3 times, 3/4 of a point.
It's going to affect the market, and I think at the end of the day, it will definitely. I wouldn't say it would kill the bull run we've had, but it's definitely going to slow it down and eventually kill it. So you really need to look at the 10-2 split between those bonds, right? Those treasury bonds, and then see when that thing starts and getting close to being inverted. But it's at like, what's the 10-2 split right now? 1% or something like that. So somewhere around there. So they're trying to actually increase it up is what they're trying to do. I'm not worried about it. I don't think 2022 is going to be like a total bad year. Could be negative, could be flat, but I think 2023 is going to be a lot worse year. You got elections and stuff coming up, right? In 2024? So 2024, they're going to start really
end of 2023.
Starting the race in 2023, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. Trump might come back. So if Hillary runs, by the way, which I hope she doesn't, Trump will probably for sure run because he just wants to go after her so bad. That'd be kind of funny. Yeah. So we don't want to piss Gerry off. So let's see. What's going on, Rebecca? Hi, guys. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you, Rebecca.
Merry Christmas.
We got, where's the second Rebecca? She's been gone. She's been just MIA lately. So Rebecca Thompson.
Quadruple time?
No, she's done with that. So getting close to, it's getting so close. Basically another 4 months for me, and I'm hitting the trail. So 4 months, man. I just can't believe it. I don't know if there's anybody new in here, but where the hell is it? Support my second channel. Sound like a broken record. Yeah, support my second channel because I'm trying to get that grown. And so, if there's anybody new in here has not subscribed over there and you're interested in that, subscribe over there. Or even subscribe if you're not interested in it. Until I get to 1,000 subs over there, you can unsubscribe if you want. But I just need to get it to 1,000, and then I'll grow it on the trail, at least the watch hours. But appreciate it. Dividend? No, travel. Hey, Travel Drip. Where are you on a plane right now, or what? I know you're flying. It's already Monday where you're at, isn't it?
Yeah, he put a little plane emoji down there.
Yeah, he's got to be on the plane. So he's flying back to the States right now. I think he's flying directly into Dallas, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah. Well, hey, safe travels. I know it's a long ass flight, man. I don't know what I would do. I would probably put a blanket over my head so I can take my mask off. Is probably what I would do. And they'd probably tell me to take the blanket off my freaking head. That's probably what they do. But that's just what I do when I'm on planes. It's just I can't sleep as it is, and put the blanket over my head, blanket all out, and all that stuff, and just I don't know. I need to be BA Baracus, Gerry. I'm hopeful IWM will hold at the 210 level. It seems to have support. Yeah, I would say the 208. I was just looking at it earlier. I think the 208 is probably the low. If you go back all the way to like March, the 207, 208 area right there. If you want to come up just a little bit, you actually have a really good support level right at the 209. That'd be a triple bottom at that point. So I'd say that 207 to 209 area is a very strong support on IBWM. That's kind of why I don't have a problem taking it. So I got a 215 and I got a 209. I think I can make money there, so I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah, I think I got a 190. And what else do I got? I thought I had two of them, but I know I got a 190 for sure.
Yeah, I got a 203, 205, and I got 5 190s for January 21st. It's going to have to take some pretty big news to get it down there, I think, or the market's just going to have to turn to total trash by then. What else did I put on last week? I don't know if I put anything else on. I've been trying to put some stuff on, I mean, I don't want to be, I don't know. I need to make money, Jerry. Make a little bit of money. What am I sitting at this year? 49,000, I think now. So 49,000 total or something like that. So yeah, it's next year I've actually lowered my target down to 24K. I think that's 8% if I'm not mistaken. Because I'm not going to be actively trading the market for 4 or 5 months as it is, I'll still be putting shit on though. Let's see here. I still have 198 contract expiring, 1/14. Yeah, 198 should be good. I don't think the market's going to get down there this week. That expire 1/14. That's January. Yeah, I just if it falls through the support, like let me go to the IWM here. It's going all. It's a pretty good support too. If it falls through that, I mean, it could go all the way back. Who knows how long that? Who knows how far that thing could go?
It's ugly after that.
It is. It really is.
Yeah.
There's really no support, honestly, all the way down to like the 170 area or something,
160.
And you even have a gap down there right around the 164 to 170. So I don't see it getting there. Not the IWM. I just don't see it getting down there. But who knows? It could. I just don't think it's going to. That's a long ways down, Jerry.
That's kind of, I don't think so either. Because this year has been kind of I don't know. It seems like everybody is playing these newer stocks, speculative small cap stocks, and it blew up this year. It seemed like, and I don't see that going away.
Yeah, no, that is going away, or it seems going. Like look at RK. RK is a good example.
It seems to be, but I think it's gonna. I think it's fine.
RK. Matter of fact, it looks very similar to the IWM. Let's see here. It kind of looks similar to the IWM a little bit, but that's total. I don't think I'll ever trade that thing again. I'm done with RK. Matter of fact, I'll pull David Hibson on it and do a SARK on it. So I guess that's the inverse of RK, Jerry. SARK. Kind of funny, actually. Please remind everyone that buy stocks never causes a gain or a loss, only when you sell. So no one should wait to buy because they are worried about taxes. That's a good point. Did anybody say that? I'm not sure.
Yeah, buy if you want to. That ain't gonna hurt you.
I don't think anybody said that, Gary. I don't know if I've ever heard anybody say that either, though. Yeah, well, you're right. Exactly. Yeah, I don't know. So buying the clothes can definitely can hurt you tax wise.
I was just about to say options are a different story, though.
Yeah, but going long on shares is definitely not going to hurt you. Unless you're closing a short down, then actually buying the stock back could hurt you if you're taking a loss. So, but in general, we get what you're saying, Jerry. I was going to call him Jerry. Gary, we get what you're saying. But if you're short a stock and you're down and you buy it back, not talk about options, that would hurt you tax wise. Let's see here, Grateful Man. Unless it's an ETF with capital gains in December. I don't know what you mean there, a Grateful Man.
I think what he's referring to is possibly selling out of an ETF to avoid the capital gain distribution. Now, that's if it's paying a capital gain distribution, but if you are selling and you're way up on the ETF anyway, you're going to be realizing a capital gain or a capital gain anyway. So selling it to avoid an additional capital gain distribution seems kind of weird.
Do I have any that was going to pay a capital gain distribution, Jerry?
BST.
I own that one. I don't have $2,000 in there.
There were some other ones. Typically, though, capital gain distributions are coming out of index funds that should probably be held in a retirement account anyway.
It's like a VTI VU type of thing?
Yeah, but I'm talking the mutual fund versions of those that pay out their capital gains every year instead of dividends.
Gotcha. Well, Grateful Man knows what he's talking about. He's been around the block a few times. 2022 is going to be a picker's market. Overall, crappy, but many stocks could be good. It might be. So it's, we've been going here for 41 minutes. If you haven't voted yet, go ahead and vote so we can get to that poll question, which if I can figure out how the heck to get back there. So Gerry asked the question, will value stocks outperform growth stocks in 2022? So go ahead and vote. And we'll get to that maybe around 8 o'clock Mountain Standard Time here because I'm good old Mountain Standard Time. Let's do a refresh over here. Okay, so that's my channel. Go ahead and subscribe to that channel. I had to block some people because it's the same people from last week. I got assigned 3 stocks on Friday. Bros. Yeah, we like Bros. VIC. Why does that one ring a bell, but it's not ringing a bell, Gerry?
Viacom, that's
why. I don't know. It's probably better than Comcast. What channels do they have?
Don't ask me.
I don't watch TV. We don't have regular cable anymore. Disney. Let's see. The current stock price was below the strike price, but above the break-even price. Is that common? Current stock price was below the strike price, but what's he talking about there? Is he puts or calls?
Yeah, what are you doing here? You got assigned 3 stocks, so that sounds like you got puts. The current strike price was below the strike price, which would get you assigned, but above the break-even price. Oh, well, if you sold a $50 put on Bros and it went to $49.99 and you got assigned, you'd be at 50, but your break even would be 50 minus whatever premium you collected. So yeah.
So is above the break even price, is that common? It's common if yes and no. I mean, it's not common because it just depends on how far the stock dropped before you got assigned.
Right. Yeah. So if you had a 50 put on Bros and it dropped to 45 and you only collected $1 worth of premium and you got assigned at 50, your break even is 49. So
correct. So is it common? It's really not. It shouldn't be in the question at all because it's a crapshoot, right? How far the stock drops, where your strike was, and all that. So yeah, I don't know. It's not something that. What am I trying to say? It's irrelevant. Is that a word? It's not relevant. Sorry, irrelevant's not the right word. It's not even a word. It's not relevant. Shouldn't even be asked.
It's always in flux. How's that?
Exactly. So hope we answered that one. Steven, let's see. Do you ever have covered calls more than a year out? No, I don't do that. No, because the problem with that is you don't know what that stock's gonna do. Even so, let's just say QQQ for example, right? You're probably gonna shoot yourself in the foot and lose out on a big time upside, right? Now, because the market's biased to the upside, and the thing is on QQQ and IWM and all that, you really can't go that high even a year out anyway, to be honest with you, Gerry. I don't think you can make money. I haven't really looked, to be honest with you. I should look, but going out, do you think you can get up 20% and make it pretty good money? Going and say 365 DTE. If you
Probably.
can go,
You probably
that'd
could
be
get
kind of cool if you could
decent.
make, I don't know, just use your entire account up, right? Make 20, 30 grand. I would be okay maybe doing that if I was up 20%, but I wouldn't want to shoot myself in the foot and be too low either, though. I don't know. If you think the market could be negative that year, like it's a good possibility, then you could do that, and then just it goes down, you just buy them back and collect the difference.
Yeah.
Um,
The problem will be is if you know, what if it shoots through your call in a week?
that happened to me on VW. Well, so that's the thing. The market's not going to go up 20% in a week, Jerry, right? So
Right.
that's what I'm saying. Unless you can get up a good 15 to 20%, and that might even be too much, to be honest
But
with you.
see, you're talking the index. Yes, I can agree there. But on a stock, yeah, you can be taken for a ride. You don't know.
On a stock, there's no way in heck I would do it, probably. Unless it was on, like, we've even talked about this, like Tesla or something. We can collect like 60 grand and just be done with the whole year if we want. I think it was at puts we were doing, wasn't it? Whole account in puts or something like that, down at 400 or whatever. I don't know what it was, but I wouldn't do that because too much can happen in a year, and you're probably gonna be wrong. So it's either gonna blow past your strike, or you're gonna miss out a bunch of upside. Not to mention you're gonna cut yourself down in your return anyway. If you just did it 4 times a year, you'd make more money than if you did it 1 time a year. Because you're missing out all that volatility. Gerry and I have looked at it. You're definitely gonna make less just by doing a year out. Period. I added a Tesla 710 vertical put for you, Dave, and a Camping World for you, Gerry. Never found a good time to buy Smith and Wesson last week. Where did I see somebody talking about Smith and Wesson? Oh, never mind. It was this dark dividend stream that he did yesterday. Somebody brought up Smith and Wesson.
Yeah,
So you got a 710 vertical.
I'm
What's
waiting
that,
for
Jerry?
the next options to come out to do some options on Smith and Wesson because I'm pretty much out of them.
So this is it's a good thing that you brought up because I'm waiting for that first February one to come out. You know what I mean? The very first week. It might come out on Thursday, but the problem with Thursday is it's not going to have all the strikes filled in probably. So
So you'll have to wait till Monday.
yeah, you have to wait till Monday. I might have put a QQQ on or something. Depends. We'll see. So see, Camping World. How's Camping World doing?
Camping Worlds, it's just trading sideways. Looks like it
That's
might
good.
bounce here, maybe. I don't know. But
Camping.
well, see, that's the thing, right? We're talking about this Omnicron, whatever it is. Uh, Speaker Biden is coming out on Tuesday to give an update on how the country is going to deal with this, right? So that could guide a lot of things of where people go, right? Because who knows what's in their works, but now we have a framework, right, of what the stock market did when they were, navigating this the first time. So we'll see how things work, right? Because nobody knew that at the time that camping stocks and RV stocks and stuff like that in a pandemic that we were in would have just shot to the moon. No one would have
No, because
expected.
2008 they tanked like a some bitch.
Exactly. So it's what's going to happen this time if the speaker says something a little
I didn't
negatory.
know that he was going to be talking. And honestly, I don't know what he's going to say that's going to make any difference anyway. Nothing he's done in the last 11 months made a difference anyway. So what's the difference? We have as many cases this December as we had last year. So
See,
what the heck?
That's what's interesting. You know, are they gonna do another shutdown?
Oh God, I hope not. DeSantis talked today actually on one of the news networks, and dude, look at Florida if you want to know how to get through this damn thing. Look at freaking Florida. You know, I mean, granted, it's a different temperature down there and all that stuff, but you know, this shutdown crap and masks and vaccine and all that crap, it's just not working. You know, you want to get through it, you got to get through it. They're not going to stop until they get to the communism variant anyway. Do you ever buy back your call so that the stock is not called away? Yes, I've done that.
Yeah,
I've done it on VYM because I had a lot of capital gains tied up in VYM and I didn't want to realize them. So I bought the call back, took like $1,000 loss. You can try to roll it, but not everything you can roll either. And if you can roll it, it's not going to be rolled very high. If not, you may have to roll it to the same damn strike. You know, you can go inverted or something. I don't know. But yes, I've definitely done that. Gerry, have you ever done that?
yeah. And I always seem to get burned when I do that. So I just now if I sold a covered call, I just let it go.
It's very tough on the covered call side. If you have any capital gains in there and you don't want to realize them, you're really stuck. You're stuck. Buy it back, take the loss, save the capital gains. But to be honest with you, Stephen, the better thing is just to be super safe on the cover call side to begin with. That way you don't have to really deal with that. I had to deal with it because number one, I did it in 2020. Was it 2020, Gerry, that was doing that, or 2021? It's 2021, I
I thought it was
think.
21.
Early 2021. So I was doing it when the market was like going up just out of, hands over fist. You know what I mean? Now that the market's toppy, you can get away with it a little bit easier, I think. But man, VYM make a 6% move in 30 days, and just blew past my strike, and VYM is not a heavy mover, but when the market, dropped and the market's recovering and they're throwing a bunch of money in the market, it can move. So on an individual stock, unless you're way up there above the 52-week high, I just don't even do it unless it's way up there. Trip delay, typhoon. Where are you at, buddy? Damn.
That's not good.
No, it's not. I'm trying to think whether there'd be a typhoon out right now. Typhoons, do they spin backwards, Gerry?
That I don't know.
I think
Is that the difference
backwards
between a typhoon and a cyclone?
Well,
Typhoon
I think
and a tornado?
it's a hurricane. No, it's not a tornado. It's a equivalent to a hurricane, basically. I think they spin backwards. Oh, I don't know. Somebody's going to correct us, I'm sure, because we like to bring up random like this.
All I know is earthquakes. I'm only been in California, so
I know earthquakes because I grew up there, and I was to the '89 earthquake in October of '89. I was only an hour away from Santa Cruz. I've been through a bunch of tornado warnings, and pretty serious situation, but it was kind of fun. I was stupid because I was brand new to Colorado, and I was outside looking up and shit, but it was, typical. To sell Smith & Wesson, not buy.
to sell a put? I think that's what you mean.
Probably, yeah.
But yeah, that's not time yet.
It's close. Not Smith & Wesson, but Camping World, like, what do you got, down to 34? Or lower?
I don't think I even have one on right now.
34 would be a pretty good,
it's got strong support at 35. So
yeah, I think the 34 would be a good level because you can go all the way back to March then. You're right, though. 36 is a pretty good number, too. See here, my last put I sold last week was, that Comcast?
Yeah, that's Comcast.
Strike, 42.50 strike. Premium 45 cents. Yeah, I'm not touching Comcast.
I almost did that one, actually.
You can almost grade any ETF. It's got Comcast in the top 10. It's just stay away from me. Let's take a look at
I
Comcast.
almost did that. The 42.50 is decent right there.
Let's see here. Comcast. Oh, God. I ain't touching that damn thing. It's going to 45 easy to close that gap.
Yep.
It'll probably hang around that 40, 43 to 45. By the way, I think that T got an upgrade last week, caused it to pop. I think that popped Verizon too. They both popped the same day, and I think only T got the upgrade. So, is that the bottom, Gerry?
Time to buy, I guess.
I don't know. According to some analysts, I guess it is. I don't really give a shit about anything analysts say. They don't give two shits of what they say. They're just like a Tom, Dick, and Harry, as far as I'm concerned. They don't know anything more than I know. But they do make stocks move, so I will pay attention when they put the calls, put the ratings, whatever the hell they're doing.
Well, I just don't like analysts. They make these upgrades and downgrades after the fact, and it's like, well, I could have done that, right? It's like,
well, honestly, they don't even do them after the fact. Sometimes they're just looking at support levels and looking at charts and shit. You know, it's like, well, we just had a descending triangle, which, by the way, T just broke out of. Okay, so if you look at T, it was a descending triangle, right? The same thing with Verizon. Actually, I have Verizon, but T had a descending triangle, and when the lines get closer and closer and closer towards the bottom, that's when you have the pop up. So to me, it's like they're looking at that. Oh, all right, let's time to upgrade it. You know what I mean? It's such a horse shit. So it is what it is. It left a gap down there too. I don't know if that's a big deal with AT&T, but so I had a pretty good move. Let's take a look at Verizon. Verizon actually was a channel down, so that's not the same thing. But I had a monstrous freaking update on Thursday. So it is what it is. So if you owe those, congratulations. I got assigned LTR. What the hell? Why am I drawing a blank on LTR?
That's Palantir.
Is it Palantir? Left the P off?
He missed a P.
Okay. At 20 on Friday. Somebody need to sell a call first thing in the morning. Hoping not to be assigned CCL at 19. Ooh. CCL's been all over the place. I've been seeing it down there. I've been looking at it every time it gets down below that 17 area, man. I'm like, I need to get down there and buy some of this shit. You know what I mean? Or buy a call or something. Buy a lead, Gerry.
19's a little hot on that. I was doing the 15 put and the 1250.
Yeah, the 19's hot. I wouldn't touch it at 19. You're probably going to be assigned. You're probably going to be assigned because I see be more volatility in those stocks. And I had a pretty good Friday on those stocks, which trumped the market for some reason. I don't know why, but it did. Airlines, what did airlines do on Friday? Airlines, Love was down. Delta, is that Delta? Yeah, Delta was up. I don't know. So I don't know why those were up on Friday. Yeah, but you're pretty hot on that one for sure. See, Palantir 20. I'm not liking Palantir.
20. Yeah, that's hot too. I got a 22 expiring this Friday, and then I got a 20 expiring next Friday. So if I get them both, that's a 21 average, and that's kind of high. That's one of the ones that I didn't look at a chart.
It's got weak support right around the 17. I'd call that weak. Honestly, beyond that, I think it could go to $10. I don't know if it will because it's not really it's not a meme stock, but there's no support. That 17, if it doesn't hold up there, it could go all the way down to $10 as far as I'm concerned. In order to get back down below, I'd have to look at a daily chart beyond that. But 17, it'll probably hold up there, is my guess. It is an overvalued freaking behemoth. So I don't know where it's going. Matt's here. I'd say it'd be going to 0, but he's not. Palantir. Sold puts. What are you talking about, Davis or Hubert?
He was talking about
Bros, VIC, Disney. Which one? Oh, they're all puts. Okay. I got a signed Palantir. It's the same one. Okay, yeah. Thanks for saying clarification there. I got some Palantir at 22. Let's work that wheel. Damn, man, you guys. I mean, about a month ago, I'm sure 22 was fine.
I probably parrot traded somebody on that 22.
Probably Thumper. Thumper loves to go at 22, and he loves to go right at the money on that thing. Could have been Matt. God damn, what the heck's going on? I keep blocking these. Jeez, they keep coming back. They can't come back as the same user, but so 22. I mean, it's $2,200. It's not going to break the bank. You can average down on it. And I don't think the stock's going to 0 either. Not like Wish anyway. Silver Turtle. I haven't seen you in a while, buddy.
Yeah, he's been down in Costa Rica.
Did you drive the RV down there?
No, he flew.
Which part of Costa Rica in the Silver Turtle? You see, are we way behind?
Yeah, it's in Hako, I believe it's called.
Hako. Yes, I've been to Hako. Let me see.
Well, I trust his pronunciation of it more than yours, Dave. He calls it Hako.
How do you know he calls it Hako? Do you say it in his video?
He's got videos on it.
Let's see here, Costa Rica. I think that's the place. Yeah, there's a Marriott down there that I stayed at, and that's the reason I went down there. They had an MTV pool, Gerry. It just went on for days and had I don't know. It was an MTV, something you'd seen on MTV with bridges over it and all that stuff, but I couldn't go there because I looked like a lobster. From hanging out in San Jose, I fell asleep at the pool and I looked like a lobster, so I couldn't go out to the pool. But I did find a secluded beach out there in Hako, Gerry. Cool place. So enjoy your time down there. Let's see here. Is it 40K the cutoff for taking profits without paying capital gains? It depends if you're married. No, it's not 40K because it depends whether it's qualified dividends or it's long-term capital gains. If you're doing options, that's all short-term, right? Well, take it back. If you were in a leap Gerry, would it be long-term capital gains? It would be, right?
If it's over a year.
Yeah. So if you're married, 40K roughly. It's actually more than that. It's like 50 something because you have that 12,000 standard deduction as well. If you're married, it's double that. You can get up to near 100K if it's all qualified dividends or all long-term capital gains and pay zero. Otherwise, it's
it says up to 40,400.
Yeah, but you got the standard deduction in there.
Long-term capital gain tax rate. Long-term.
Yeah, there's the standard deduction of 12K that you can knock off the top. 12,400 or something like 12,600. Double that if you're married. So hope you're still Silver Turtle. Yeah, I have to. I think he subscribed to my channel back when I had 300 subs or something like that. Long time. MOS. The heck's MOS?
Is that Mosaic? What is that?
Yeah, it's Mosaic. Agriculture inputs. Basic materials. Is that a Gerry special?
What is that? No, that's
agriculture.
Phosphate and all that kind of stuff. Potash, fertilizers.
Is that what we do? So like what, cow shit and all that crap, manure?
Probably something like that.
Let's see here, 32 cash
32?
secured put. But the strike is 32?
Yeah. That's like right there.
It's aggressive.
I'd rather be 29, 30,
Yeah, I'm
27,
with
50.
Gerry on that. Just looking at a chart, you know,
27.50 even better.
I'd say the 30 is pretty solid on that. It is it's a high beta stock, so the 30 is probably. I feel better with 30, but like Gerry, I mean, you can get below 30 and then do that. But I mean, 32 is aggressive. It's a super high beta stock.
Yeah, these material stocks have been wild this year.
Insider transactions. Everything else looks good on it. It's low PE. Insider transactions, I don't get why it's so high, but I think it's a little aggressive at 32. Well, 32 is not that aggressive. I take that
No,
back.
it's not.
I would rather be at the 30 or below though on that one. So yeah. What else is it? 30 is aggressive and so oh, why is it so high beta? Jesus.
Yeah, these materials sectors. I mean, they're
But it's not a
what
small cap though. 13 billion. Yeah, it's like a mid cap, but you know, it is what it is. We'll see how that one plays out. Bring that one up next week. Sold put on bro, strike 50, current price for, that's just not one I haven't fallen. I know that Gerry brought it up and he's a big fan of it. I just haven't been. It probably is not a bad buy. Probably around the 40.
I got two on them. I got a 45 and a 40.
How far did you go out of the 40? What'd you make on it?
Let me pull it up here. Bros, where you at? Okay, the 40 I sold. Where am I at? Oh, sorry. I've already sold those out. I already closed that
Closed
one
it?
out
Made
last
money?
week. I closed the 45 out last week. I got in $115 for that one. But on November 29th, I sold a 35 for $85. I'm still sitting on it.
So how was the DT on that?
Where am I at? 53 days.
Okay. So you can make money down there.
Yeah.
35 is, I'll look at it. I've been really honestly trying to not do individual positions, but I've just kind of, it's hard not to because sometimes stuff just sells off and it's like, why not? Like
Yeah.
Facebook is a good example. And it's like, that's a solid stock. It ain't going anywhere. I don't have to worry about it. But, I mean, PayPal and Square has just been acting like total garbage lately. I do have PayPal, by the way. So I've been really trying not to do it because I don't want to be stuck in them when I hike the AT and all that crap, and that's still a ways away. But it's hard not to, though, because I can add those in there and supplement my income and it's a solid position and all that. It's just, I'm more likely to be assigned one of those darn things, though.
Oh, wait. So, Hubert, are you asking a question here? Because you were asking about those up there about break-even prices, I believe. Is this an example of what you're talking about? So you're in the money right now. Your break-even is 46. That means that you collected a buttload of premium. You collected
$4?
$4 in premium for that. When did you sell that?
Yeah, I know. Totally. Let's see, 40. When was the last time it was 46? Yeah, it was
No,
honestly right
the
around
premiums have been good on it for sure.
literally because this is the daily. Friday, it was probably Friday. We were already touching 40, 44. So what are you
Yeah,
selling the money?
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You must have been sold like one strike in the money or something. So
Strike is 50. Oh, never mind. So strike is 50. So, I mean, 2 days ago was above 50. So there you go.
Yeah,
So yeah,
if you sold it just last week when it was at 52 or something like that, then yeah, you probably did get $4 for that.
maybe it was a short DT. I don't know, longer one. I don't know. I'll take a look at it. I mean, because I'm not against the company at all. I just don't know much about it. Jerry's a big fan of it, but um, just because Jerry's a big fan of it, at least I can blame, if it goes back against me, I can blame everything on him. You got me into this. Where would you comfortably sell put spreads for Amazon and Google? I got one on Matthew, so not on Google, but I'll tell you what I did on Amazon. I did a 2600, 2500. Got paid roughly about $220 or something for roughly about about $2,500 in maintenance margin. So that's a 10% return. That's ideal for a stock like that for me. On Google, if I was going to do Google, let's see here. Is that Google with an L or no L?
Does it matter?
I think it does.
I think it's with an L.
Let's see here. The prices look very similar, so never mind. They're off by about $20. Not a big deal, probably. Let me go to a daily here. We'll do non-L because he's so see it. So if I was going to do Google for me, I'd probably do like a 2400, 2300, or a 2300, 2200. I don't know if there's any money to be made down there, to be honest with you.
There is a little bit if you go wide.
That's 100 wide.
Yeah. If you go 100 wide, yeah, you'll make money down there.
Yeah. I would probably 2400 buy, 2400 sells, buy a 2300. That might not be what your game is though. You might want to do a 50 or 10 wide or something like that, and you might have to come up. If I was going to do a 50 wide or 10 wide, I'd probably even come up higher then to make more money. But so for me, I'd be at 24, 23, maybe 25, 24, maybe. That's because that's still below the 200 period movement average. Gerry, you been doing anything like that lately?
I haven't. Last one I did was on Amazon. It's like a 5-day hold or something like that. But I definitely am looking into doing more of that type of stuff.
All right,
But I
let's
got to
get to
get
the
through this
poll.
stuff. I got too much premium cooking. But it's like I need to put stuff. It's like I feel like I have to put stuff on, but then I got to manage these in the money crap that I got going on for December. So
Yeah, I see here. You got a lot of premium cooking from much. That's a Jerry specials. What that is? Where the hell's the damn? Oh, here we go. Let's take over the poll because we've got. If you haven't voted, go vote. So we got 62 votes right now, and wow, more people have said no. So interesting. So we're sitting at 65%. There's another vote that just came in. 62% yes, 38% no. And so will value stocks outperform growth stocks in 2022? For me, I didn't vote, so let me vote. How do I vote? I guess I voted. I don't know. For me, it's a yes. Just because I think value stocks they were all overvalued in my opinion. So I think people are going to be looking for cheap stuff to buy. That's just my guess. Like the KMBs of the world, right? The T's of the world. That's just what I feel. I don't, I don't really, I'm not really a growth stock person anyway. So I always, I think my default is always a value stocks anyway. I'm just a value investor. So for me, it's an easy one. Doesn't mean doesn't mean it's right. So Gerry, what about you?
yeah, I voted. I voted yes. And I believe so too. I just think there's a lot. There's like you said, Kimberly Clark's a good example. AT&T is another good example. Merck is a good example in the healthcare area. I haven't looked at it in weeks, but I know it's been struggling. Utilities have been struggling lately, although I have a feeling they've been on the upswing. a lot of those things, food stocks have been, pressured, and so there might be a little bit of people buying into the food stocks. So, energy just keeps climbing. So there's a lot of those things that I think people are going to look for yield, and they're going to look for value. I think that's what's going to happen in 2022.
I think so as well. And there's some other good deals out there right now. I mean, Lockheed Martin's a pretty good deal, I think, right now. It's another one that I just looked at. Matter of fact, let's see here, Lockheed Martin. You could say, I mean, Target's probably, I don't know, Target's not badly priced at this price. Let's look at KR, because Gerry likes KR. Ooh,
They're overpriced right now.
Yeah. Walmart and Target kind of pulled back a little bit. I would say they're not cheap, but they're not overvalued.
Look at that.
Microsoft,
Bristol Myers had a big turnaround.
I think PFE is like way overvalued. Southern's overvalued. NEE, yeah. ExxonMobil, there's definitely some good deals out there right now. I'd say Boeing's still probably pretty cheap too. God, Boeing. It's not cheap compared to looking at a forward PE on it, but it's cheap compared to where it should be when things recover, I think. Look at what it was pre-pandemic, right? Now, granted, a lot of that pre-pandemic really had to do with the 737 as well, but it's still cheap, I think. And Boeing's it's just a matter of time before that goes back to 300. So I agree. I'm right there on the values. I'm just a value investor anyway, though. Always been. All the future indexes are down. Yep. Matter of fact, I think the RUT was down 2%, and it is.
It is.
Everything else down about 1%. Oil futures are down 2.5%, by the way. The only thing that was up, it was crypto. It's up 0.8% right now. It was up 1.5% earlier. So yeah, Gerry, you're in for a rude awakening in the morning.
Yeah, thanks.
Assuming it stays where it is. Let's see here. Tencent is trading at 52-week lows. The Unreal Engine 5 Epic Games just put out is amazing. As a major owner of Epic Games, it's time to turn around for Tencent. Gerry, are you a Tencent investor?
No. I think he's talking about Tencent Holdings, which is the parent company. And no, I've never been. That's TCEHY, if you want to look that up. If you're talking about Tencent Music, that's a different story, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, me neither. I don't know anything about either one of them, so.
They're both Chinese stocks, so.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Baba. I do think that we're getting close to building the bottom. We're talking about Baba here, but I just, I don't know. I think that 120 is a pretty good level. It could be flagging out looking at a weekly, but this is the daily here. I don't know. It's just a matter of day. It's just a matter of time before it pops, though, in my opinion. So we'll see. Heiko. Yep. So that's a place I've been. It was really cool. Santa is buying Hidden Freedom 100 shares of PSEC. Nope, definitely not doing that. But if you check your stocking dark dividend, it's in your stocking.
I'll take it.
Along with 100 shares of AGNC. It's Heiko with H. Yep.
Hako.
Well, it's not Jaco. Heiko or Hako? It's one of those two, right?
Right.
Yeah. Yep. That's the Marriott I went to.
What is it, Dave?
What's that?
What's it? Which one is it? How do you say it?
I have no idea. That's the Marriott I went to, and that's I paid with points, so long term, single. There you go, long term and single. As long as you don't have any other interest income or anything like that, then I think go all the way up to 50K. As long as you don't have any other income, interest income, any YouTube income, all that other crap. Of course, you could offset the income with expenses, I suppose, too. But you can go all the way up to 50K. If you have no other income, somewhere around there. It's roughly about 50K. Let's see here. Hey, you guys retired yet? No, getting close. Getting close. A few more months, man. A few more months. Let's see here. I'm in CF Industries, similar to fertilizers. CF. Is that clusterfuck industry, Gerry?
Yeah. It's that material sector, man. They've been on fire.
It's definitely that one actually looks better than the other one. It's better. It's better situated right now. It's cheaper. That one's a little bit better.
It's hard for me to play the material stocks though, because look where they were. A lot of them were.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I don't know. That's definitely not. You have to wait. You gotta wait till it comes into favor. Sector rotate. That one actually has a lower beta on it too. Let's see here. I'd like to hear you say MAR, Dave. I think I'll buy some more leaps. There you
Leaps.
go.
What are those? I thought it was leap.
Leap. Good night. Have to get my sleep to jump on the markets ride tomorrow. This week will be wild. Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas, Gerry. Yeah. Markets close early. On the 40K, do I still pay ordinary income tax rate? I have a cash out, some in profits, bought another condo. No, if it's all long-term capital gains, you're just going to pay, you're probably going to pay zero, right? As long as you keep your ordinary income below a certain, I think in the first tax bracket, then you should be paying zero and all that. That's the trick. I made a video about it. It's tough, but yeah, I made a video about it. You can watch that video. Good job out of you guys. Thank you for all the good info. Merry Christmas, everyone. She's must be taking off. It's past her bedtime. Let's see here. Everyone smash the like button. Hey, thanks a lot for that, Silver Turtle. Let's see here. Sold puts, bros, opened on 12/1/2021, expired 12/17. Expired price, let's see, our current price, 48.01. Premium $4 to break even. Yeah, that's a freaking lot. That's a boatload of premium. Of course, I never go that aggressive, so I guess I never get to have those juicy premiums. Thought it'd be selling only a price below break even.
No, you get assigned if it's
only
below the strike.
No, yeah, it's below the strike, man. Technically, you can be assigned anytime.
Yeah,
but the people, it's random. But if somebody's assigned you before or assigned you early, and it's not in the money, they're screwing themselves, right?
Yeah, and it could happen. I mean, someone could be playing on
they're screwing themselves out of.
Someone could be playing on their phone and say, "Oh, what does this do? Oh, let's find out." And then you're the lottery pick that gets assigned early. So
yeah. Now I think it was David Hibson. Now that I think about it, we were talking on Thursday night in the Discord, and I think he said he was assigned early on something. I'm like, because for me, my entire options trading career, I've never been assigned early on anything. And now it's more likely to happen, I think, when you're playing more of the meme typical stuff that people like to play in that's in this chat, that stuff that I don't normally play. So it's probably more, even stuff that Gerry plays, probably more likely to happen as well. But because a lot of those kids and stuff that play that stuff don't know what the fuck they're doing, But I've never been assigned early. I mean, it's only been, I probably can count on like one hand how many times I've actually taken shares or something that's in the money. You know what I mean? That's very rare for me too. It'd be kind of cool to see what James says, how many times he's been assigned early. It might be more likely to happen on the covered, let me see, on the is the cover call side, Jerry, or is it the yeah, the cover call side, right? Because they're trying to dividend arbitrage.
Yeah.
Or am I wrong there? Or is that on the put side?
No, that's the call side.
Call side, yeah.
Oh wait. No, it could be the put
Put
side.
put
Yeah.
side. Um, yeah, on a dividend stock, it could if there's money to be made with a dividend arbitrage, it could happen, but it's never happened to me yet. It's more likely to happen on your lemonades and your neos and your SoFis and the stuff like that, probably. LOL.
Lol.
The bottom for Baba is when that company is nationalized by Communist Party of China. Hashtag going to zero. Better not go to zero. Goes to zero. So the reason why I got out of my 90 puts is who knows, man? Can you imagine me getting like 900 shares of freaking Baba, and then it goes to zero or something like that? I don't want 900 shares of Baba. So my thinking is just, reduce some risk there. 700 or 700 shares is enough risk. I don't need more risk than that. You know what I mean? That's already too risky. So, because I don't know what would happen if they delist it, which they're probably not going to do. If they delist it and it goes over there in HK, I mean, how does that? They just say, okay, you got leaps. All right, let's give you 700 shares. I mean, we don't know what's going to happen with the options. I just need a big pop up, and then I'll sell some calls against my leaps. All this. There you go, month out or something, Jerry. What's going on, James? I want to wish everyone a happy or Merry Christmas. Yes, Merry Christmas to you too, James. See, yeah, he popped in just to say that. That's awesome. Yeah, it's Christmas on Saturday. We'll be doing a Sunday stream. So let's see here. I'm about to go to bed. Have a great Christmas. Yeah, yeah. Darth Dividend. He's all on his stream the other day and saying, "Don't get old, Dave. My back hurts." And I'm like, "It's too late for me, man." You know what I mean? Like I'm already old, and he's already complaining about his back hurting and stuff. I'm like, it's because he's trying to more plates, more dates, Jerry. Let's see here. Is Divo? Is it Devo or Divo, Jerry?
I call it Devo, baby.
Is Devo really a better deal than SCHD, or is it just a dividend yield thing? Can't you simulate those same yields by selling SH stocks, or is it just too complicated? That's not an easy question to answer. Well, I mean, what do you mean by better? First of all, right? Like, what do you? I mean, what do you? They both have a dividend CAGR, so that's good. I would say CHD will probably outperform Devo, but you're not going to get the yield out of Devo, or excuse me, out of SCHD. So I don't know. To me, I don't think it's one or the other. For me, I like both. I want to be in both. But can you simulate those same yields by selling? I'm assuming what does he mean? Selling calls against SCHD? Is that what he's trying to do?
Yeah, that's where I'm trying to figure out because he's trying to simulate I think what he's trying to do there is simulate the yield of Devo through SCHD. I don't think you can
It's not.
do it that
I had
easily.
this conversation with down in the comments of my latest video too. It's not easy to reproduce what those Devo would probably be a little bit easier to reproduce because they don't hold like what was it $300,000 worth of stocks or something, and they're not doing a cash settle, right? So you could technically reproduce what Devo's doing, but it's not return on capital, right? So they're kind of obfuscating that right in the background a little bit.
Yeah, I mean you can definitely follow Devo if you have a few $100,000. You can definitely replicate it.
It's going to be after the fact, though.
Right. But you're going to have to look at the daily holdings and figure out what they took out, what they put in, what calls they sold, but you're not going to be exact with Devo. So
Yeah. When it comes to the other ones, like Jeppy and Nusi, good luck. You can't really reproduce that because you need number one, you need a big account to do what they're doing because they own all the S&P 500 stocks. They own all the NASDAQ stocks. And then they churn it on the SPX and the NDX, which is cash settled. You can't really reproduce that. Even if you owned, all those stocks, which would probably be a boatload of money, 100 shares of each, it's just not the same thing. You can't really reproduce what Jeppy's doing anyway. But yeah, so Devo is the closest you could reproduce. Still, 300 grand in there. You're not going to make the same amount of money, probably though. I don't know. What do you think, Jerry? You think you can make 4 or 5%? I think it's 4%, 4.5%.
I think you could. I think you could do better, but you'd be selling a lot more calls.
Oh, you think so?
And a lot more management.
Yeah. I don't think it's worth doing it. To me, it's just easier to throw 300 grand in freaking Devo and be done with it. If you're talking about SCHD and trying to do cover calls against that, it's not going to work very well, probably.
Mm-hmm.
VYM, I would say VYM was more liquid than SCHD was. I don't know what the calls on the SCHD are, but it's not going to work very well. I've tried it. It's really better deal. I don't know what he means by that. Really better deal. So that's a tough. Because Devo to me is kind of like it's kind of like being an SCHD, but it's a hybrid, and you're getting income out of it. And monthly income at that, right? So it's kind of a hybrid, right? It's not really an income ETF is the way I look at it, although Gerry probably would say it is, but I like it. It's all around. I think it's the best of all three worlds there. You got good yield, pays monthly, but it's not a straight income ETF, and you got a dividend caker out of it. So I'm going to get, a raise every year just by being in it. Only twice have I been exercised early. One was a dividend. So he got screwed on the dividend, basically. One was a dividend came up where the dividend was more. That's exactly it right there. Dividend arbitrage. Contract left. The other was a gift from some Robin. What stocks were they on, Thumper? So I want to talk about the gift. Was it on Hood? I was assigned on T and SLV on Thursday, day before expiration. Didn't really matter. I was taking them anyway. I wonder why I got assigned early on those. And they only did 1 of 4. That's weird. That is weird. Well, that kind of makes sense.
Someone pushed a button. What does this do?
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, I don't know. The people that get into those stocks are probably a little more sophisticated,
Should be. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll speak for myself, But yeah, it's not like it was a SoFi or something, or a Neo. I better see here. By better, I mean the total performance. No, I think SCHD is probably going to outperform Devo.
For sure.
Because they're capping their upside occasionally on the stocks, right? Let's look at SCHD. SCHD is up 22.5% year to date. Has a 2.8% yield. Divo, let's see here. Divo 22. That's at 14. So you add the 14 plus roughly 5, you're at what, 19. So SCHD should always outperform it, in my opinion. What about in a flat market, Gerry? Flat market Devo should be outperforming.
Devo should be outperforming. I just wonder, because they really don't. They're not very aggressive on their calls.
They're not
calls at all.
You look at their portfolio, and there's 30 positions or something in there or whatever, and they only have 5 or 6 cover call positions on.
That's an aggressive month.
That is aggressive, yeah. It's opportunistic, so it's not really rules based. It's a highly managed ETF, so it's whatever they want to do in there. And just like Gerry said, they're not really aggressive. I've never really seen them be real aggressive. So I think if the market's going up and it's steadily going up and we're having an up year, then Devo is going to underperform SCHD probably. But on a flat to down market, Devo is going to outperform SCHD. There you go. Is that a true statement, Gerry?
I think it'd be close.
Yeah. Let's see here. Go buy the cover calls back. Make money that way, right? So they're churning out income. I'm talking about total return too. So I'm talking about yield in there. See here. By creating your own dividend, I mean, for example, let's say you had a growth stock with no dividend. Yeah, you sell 5% of the stock early. You basically gave yourself a 5% dividend. It's like the 4% withdrawal rate, Gerry.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be times it works. There's going to be times it don't.
I don't know. I made a video on that too. What's better? What's the better fire withdrawal strategy? I think I gave three options in there. One was 4% withdrawal rate. You technically use a 5, but you're drawing off your portfolio on a down year, and it's supposed to work. It's probably going to work, but you could be in a dividend portfolio and it's paying out 5% a year and you don't have to worry about it, right? So it's just both should work though, in theory. It's just what are you comfortable with? And this is essentially the same thing here, selling off 5% every year, right? Does that mean you're non-dividend paying stocks then? Like creating your own dividend portfolio, I mean by you had a growth stock. Okay, so it's just, if it was all growth stocks, which is probably not the way I would want to go, not for me anyway, and maybe you're just not there yet, Raymond. I don't know if you're there yet. I don't know what your age is or anything, but when you get older, that's definitely not the route you're probably going to want to go. You're going to want to be a more defensive, I think. But yeah, why would you sell a 5% of a dividend portfolio off? That didn't make sense. But yeah, so growth stock. So does that mean you're not in Microsoft, you're not in Apple? Those are growth stocks, right? They pay a dividend. You might be stuck. David here, let's see here. Is it low volume on Devo a concern? Let me look at Devo. Well, I mean, is it low volume compared to what? Compared to itself, or historical on itself, or compared to what? I mean, Gerry might know a little bit more about that, because the volume comes down to it used to come out to flow, right? But there's no float on that, right? Is that based on net asset value on that one?
That's the thing. I don't. I mean, I understand why volume is a concern. If you are like what's his name and want to sell 5% of your portfolio every year, but if you're in a income dividend mode, why is volume really a big deal?
Well, he could be meaning a couple of things here. I think for Gerry, you're thinking about something different maybe than what David's thinking about. So volume could be looked at a bunch of different ways. It could be looked at like if it's low volume compared to where it normally is on average, that means that maybe it's too overvalued or something like that. Nobody's buying it for
Nobody's
whatever
buying,
reason. Right. There's a lot of different reasons that you could use volume for, right? Are you concerned about it, David, because you can't get out of it? I mean, because are you selling 233,000 shares of Devo in a day? No, we're all small tadpoles. We all own a small tadpoles. Even if we had like a $10 million portfolio, that's not a lot of money. 233,000 at what is that? $37, right? That's a lot of money, right? So I just don't know. The average volume is 181,000 shares. And the volume on Friday was 233. So I'm not worried about it because I only have 100. I'll probably have like $200,000 in there or something. I can get out if I wanted to get out. I can get out like that, right? So the question is what are you using volume to talk about? What's your concern? I guess, right? Is it you can't get out? Nobody's buying the shares. The spread's too much, or is it you're trying to use volume as a comparator against some other ETF, which you can't. It's not an apples to apples comparison. There's different. Typically, with a stock, you can tell. I mean, the volume is kind of. You look at Ford's a good example, right? Because there's a lot of shares outstanding in Ford. If you look at Ford, that thing trades 97 billion shares a day. Okay. Anyways, so it comes down to how many shares are outstanding on that. So that's why I was asking Gerry. It's not showing the shares outstanding on it, because I don't think it's not like that, right? Is that a closed-end fund that works like that, Gerry?
Closed-end funds they're fixed amount of shares. So ETFs, they can do creation.
So that would technically the Devo is the opposite then of what a closed-end fund would.
Right.
So a closed-end fund would be in a closed-end fund. Anything has a float like that, then the price can be manipulated Price can be manipulated. I would see if he's still in the chat and see what he says, because I'm kind of curious now. Thoughts on Build Back Better, Build Back Broke, getting killed after and the effect it'll have on the market. Yeah, I know. I heard that too. He said that, but at the end of the day, he's going to vote for something. It's just not going to be. It's not going to be in December. It's not going to be in January. It probably, hopefully. Well, I keep saying hopefully. Hopefully, it's never gets voted on. To be honest with you, but it'll probably get pushed off. Sometime 2022, maybe 2023. I don't know. It's only been 11 months that this the senator's been in office. So wait, that might get confusing. It's only been people probably think I'm talking about Manchin, but yeah. Let's see your thoughts about Build Back Broke. Hopefully, won't pass anytime soon. They need to adjust the heck out of that thing. Thank God we have Manchin in there. Jeez.
They'll eventually come to something.
They'll come to something. Exactly.
I don't know, but
they need to trim the heck out of it, get rid of a bunch of boatload of crap out of there, and EPR was the dividend one. Okay. Let's see here. The GIF one was KO. Wow, that's weird. Yeah. I don't play a lot of dividend stocks, so it could be the reason why. Somebody probably just did KO to get the dividend, even though the arbitrage didn't work. They probably didn't know what they're doing. They exercised to capture a dividend as well, but then it's just, they probably just wanted the dividend when they could have just bought the damn shares. Dave, going back 10, 15 years, would you have gone VTI? Would you have done better at this point? If I went back 10 to 15 years, I'd have been in TQQQ. Maybe TNA. I don't know. TQQQ for sure, probably. But the thing is if any of us could go back, I'd have been in Amazon. I'd have been in PayPal back in the 90s, you can't think like that,
I would have been selling options instead of working my ass off.
Yeah. Also, Palantir going to zero. Yeah. Said that on Friday stream too, and Kyle's stream. SCHD main holding is PFE and other pharma drug companies. Let's see here. So this year, SCHD should be more skewed in favor than Devo, which owns information technology companies. I haven't looked at Devo's holdings in a while, so I couldn't tell you what's in there.
I haven't either.
I haven't looked at SCHDs either.
SCHG is usually financials.
What do you mean by main? So the top 3 holdings is PFE in there? Let's see, from drugs. So this year, SCHG should be more skewed in favor than Devo. What do you? So you're talking about 2022, William? I don't know. I'm still gonna bet on tech. That still doesn't change my mind on tech, because tech, I think we talked about this many streams ago. Tech's still the place to be, I think, for the next foreseeable future. I don't see any other sector taken out, but
SCHD actually has more tech exposure than Devo.
yeah, well, I don't know what his question is here, really. Yeah, I don't know what, I mean, he's talking about 2022 is my guess, but favorite Devo, which owns information technology. There's not a lot of information technology in Devo. There's just a couple of biggies in there.
Yeah, they got Microsoft, Apple.
Yeah. It's easy to make money on the call side of those. SCHD.
SCHD has Broadcom and Texas Instruments and Cisco.
Does it have Comcast, Gerry?
They probably do. Most likely, they bet you they do.
It's not in the top 10, though.
No.
Wait, is UPS or FedEx in the top 10?
Of SCHD, no.
Okay, good. Those are always in the top 10, usually. The FedEx actually had a good week, by the way. They had good earnings, apparently. Yeah, Good Friday, I guess it was. Yeah, I don't know what your question is, William. J&J is kind of getting... J&J is just falling out of favor, Gerry. They're kind of becoming a Coke. I mean,
yeah,
number one, this old split off. Number two, you got the vaccine thing, like that's like the last vaccine anybody wants to take now, even though it's the one that doesn't modify your DNA, apparently. I don't know. I'm seriously thinking about getting rid of it, even though I thought it was a buy and hold forever stock. But
Johnson & Johnson becoming the IBM.
It's becoming the Coke.
Becoming the Coke and the IBMs of the world, the AT&Ts of the world.
I'd be better off in IBM. What are you talking about? At least I know what IBM does. They have me spin off. Because here's the thing is, I don't know what they're spinning off the best part, right? They didn't spin the talcum powder off. They spun the good shit off. So is that? I don't know what it's gonna, whatever it comes out as, I mean, whatever the new ticker is, maybe I'll just keep that ticker and get rid of J&J. I know there's a lot of people upset about this, not just me. A Dividend Drip was talking about it. My uncle-in-law was talking about it. There's a lot of people that aren't happy about it. I can tell you that. Right now, Gerry. Dave, your next poll next Saturday should be when Arcade goes to almost zero. And we get to select the years remaining for the fund. Won't do a poll like that, but we can ask the question, obviously. The reason I want to do a poll like that is because there's a lot of people that just don't invest in it. They don't know anything about it, don't care about it. So I try to do a little bit more broad than that, but let's take a look at the poll. 70 votes, still 63-37. Okay. I wonder what all the people said no. They're all young. I'm just curious because, the older people are going to be growth stock investors, or excuse me, they're going to be value stock investors most likely. So let's see, RK. I'm just not a fan of RK anymore. I've never really been a big fan of it. I know it got promoted heavy because of, Kathy Woods and whatnot, but maybe I should be getting into SARK, Gerry.
Do they have options?
I think so. I don't know. I'll have to look. I'm just, do you know what the top three stocks in there is? Was it Tesla and
Coinbase, and Teladoc
in RK?
Yeah.
It used to be AMC. Let me see. Roku was in the top three at one point. I don't think it's up there anymore, but definitely Tesla was up there. I think it's still a good ETF. It's just not my cup of tea. I'm not a spec play. I'm not like a growth play person or anything like that. I've just never really been a growth investor, so I don't know.
They do have options on SARK. Not much volume there though.
Volume?
Volume. Same thing.
Yeah. What's the statistics look like on that, Gerry?
Statistics are not good.
Great live stream, guys. Thanks for the tax information. Hey, thanks for dropping by. Have fun out there. And let me see. This
Paco.
is, now that I think about it, this is the rainy season down there. Starts right in January, I think. Or it's just getting over than January, I think. I can't remember. Yeah. Did you go see a renal when you were down there, the volcano? He's already gone, probably. If the Russell trades sideways, ROLD would probably be better than IWM. Yeah, probably. Yeah, it's for income, yeah. The thing is the Russell's been trading sideways for the last, I don't know, 7 months, 8 months, something like that. You can freaking almost deliver a baby in that amount of time. I don't think it's going to continue to trade sideways. I would almost venture to guess it's going to lay down tomorrow, and who knows what it's going to do then next year and all that crap. But yeah, you're right. ROLD would be the place to be if it's going to trade sideways. But I just don't. I anticipated to make a move up or down at this point. Probably going to be down.
Yeah, let's see. RYLD. Well, RYLD year to date has beat IWM. So
there you go. But I wouldn't count on it trading sideways for the next 6-7 months again. So that's where you need to make the decision. The IWM, you have a lot of options there too. You can sell puts and make a pretty good amount of money doing it. Cover calls are probably good once you get into it, as long as it's not too far. But yeah, TNA is another way they can play it too. I did hear someone say Ford. Yeah, did I see it? Wait. Did someone say steak? Yeah, that came from Deuce Bigelow.
yeah, like $20 a pound for $20 a pound for steak.
I buy a steak every week, Jerry. I don't care what the price is. I got to get my it's a ribeye. I got to buy my ribeye, Jerry. How often should I have a dryer vents cleaned? If you don't use your dryer, never. There's no dryers over in Thailand, Jerry. Everybody just hang dry everything over there.
Really?
Yeah.
Isn't it humid?
Is your RV gonna have a washer and dryer combo?
I would like it to have.
All in one. I'm just gonna get one. Yeah, one unit does dry and clean and dry.
Yeah, I would like it to have. That's why I need the 50 amp hookups.
Yeah, well, you might be able to get that down there in Hinko. The thing is you don't need to use the dryer if it's hot outside. Nobody's gonna use the dryer. You're just gonna hang dry. Hang dry your freaking underwear out there, your britches, Jerry.
But if it's humid, that's not gonna work, right?
I think it still works. It depends on the fabric, I suppose. Cotton might be taking a long time to dry, but you got the merino wool, Jerry. I have a Vanguard Utama for my daughter with $13K invested in VTI. What? What's Utama? Oh wait, never mind. I know what that is. That's an account type.
It's a minor account.
Yeah. I just haven't heard. I thought a custodial account, maybe. I don't know. But it rings a bell now. She outperformed my Vanguard taxable brokerage account with nonsense investments in 40K. That's because they just set it and forget it. They never look at it. The people that never look, there's two people. The people that have the most gains in this world, the people that have the account and died. And the second people that have the most returns in this world are the people that freaking look at their account once a year and maybe rebalance it. Or maybe it's the second way around. The people that died or the people that have an account and forgot about it, and then the people that rebalance once a year or something. So there you go. She's always going to perform. She's always going to outperform you.
That's what I tell. There's a lot of people that'll, DM me, message me, and they're young, right? And they say, well, what do you think about this ETF? What do you think about this ETF? And I go, how old are you? What are you doing? Right? Basically, forget about the stock market. Buy VTI, set an automatic deposit, and then go work on your life. Go work on generating income, what you're going to do, real wealth building. Forget about the stock market's easy. Buy VTI and be done with it. if you're yet young, that's what you can do, and it'll be super easy for you.
Those are the two things. I mean, Gerry hit the nail on the head right there. Work on increasing your income. You got to go to school, even though school's overrated, I mean, I don't even think that AOC is even using a degree, so she can't pay back her $17,000 in loans either. I got dibs, but so in this case here, Gerry, what I would say is do exactly what Gerry's talking about. Set up automatic deposit, but automatic invest too. So M1's great for that. Okay, you can see using link Gerry's link or my link, get $50 for free. But the thing is work on increasing the potential that you can earn, right? Because if you just stay at $50,000, it's going to take a lot longer to get where you want to be versus working on yourself, going to get certifications, getting education, getting experience, even having the opportunity to move around to the different parts of the United States to get a better job, to get the experience, right? Not everybody's willing to do that. Do that if you need to, right? Don't put yourself too far in debt. But guess what? If you increase your income up to $100,000, right? You're going to be able to meet your goals way quicker, I made a great video about that. I should probably talk about it, but anyways, Gerry hit the nail on the head here. Did I miss anything in there? No. Let's see here for you. No. I don't have any kids, Gerry. You got your son investing?
Yeah, he's got his
Is he in Intel still?
He's still in Intel.
Is he in NVIDIA?
No, he kicks my ass for that one.
Yeah.
I gave him bad fatherly advice on that one for sure.
Just let him do what he does. My mom is pretty darn good, but she just buys and holds. That's all she does. And she's a good stock picker, though. I mean, yeah, she's done very well. But she's one of those people that just doesn't really look at it, doesn't really care. I've been handpicking my dividend stocks this last year, but the high yields of XYLD, Devo, etc., are definitely more exciting than my 3% dividend stocks for us. Yeah, I mean, depends on what you need. How much time do you have left before you're going to start living off of it? You might be able to do a hybrid. I'm doing a hybrid, right? And the hybrid is going to become more of a hybrid as time goes on for me too. There's two things happen, right? Time goes away, so more things are known by then, right? By the time I'm 60 years old, there's going to be a lot less I have to deal with, right? Or a lot more stuff's going to be figured out. Plus, I don't need to, the portfolio can technically give me a drawdown even more by then, right? Not to mention I'll also have, Social Security, Medicare, and all that will be coming in soon too. So if you're going to retire in the next 5 years or something, then you might want to start transitioning to having some income. I don't know. I can't answer that question. I don't know if you're asking me a question here, but I think a good mix of stuff, something that has some dividend growth, has good income, gives you growth on the stock appreciation side. But, paying monthly is not really a concern, but it's kind of nice too.
It is. But that being said, you can generate your own dividend income increase as well. So
true. But Gerry, if you had a couple $1 million, you wouldn't be doing what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, like he's saying, XYLD, you reinvest that. That's a dividend income increase. So
that's true. Or you can even roll some of like I'm going to do, live cheap, roll some of the excess dividends and put it into SCHD, build that out. Later on in life, when things get more figured out, you move it into VOO. And then you have a 50% tank in the market, you move it into TQQ, right?
The more Qs, the better.
More Qs, the better. What's going on, TAM? Tech for the win. I agree. Tech, I don't see tech slowing down. I mean, we've talked about this in the previous stream. There should be a new sector created, maybe in our lifetime. I don't know. But right now, tech's still the place to be, and it's going to be for a long time. I mean, tech will probably have some new things in it, but
That's the thing. It would almost be a
It's a paradigm
subsector of
shift.
tech, right?
Well, kind of talking about like AI and all that stuff, but I mean, I'm talking about like a real new sector, you know, like space exploration or something. I don't know, something, right?
But that's all fueled by tech.
It's got parts of tech. Well, come on, Gerry. Do you think WD-40 falls in tech?
um, I bet you it is manufactured and canned and distributed and powered. You know, a lot of that is powered by tech.
Yeah, I'm talking about like a real new sector though. So I don't I don't know if one will be created in our lifetime because I don't have but another 40 years left. So it doesn't happen very often. I mean, the tech revolution, that was a paradigm shift. So we had a sector go bye when tech came out, and that was horseshoe making and saddle making, and wagon putting together making. So good evening, Tam. Let's see here, J&J, the new GE. GE's trying to revive themselves, but I don't know if they're gonna ever be. They're never gonna be GE.
They're making a turnaround.
Yeah, it was an artificial turnaround, Gerry.
Yeah, it was.
Actually, it's come down quite a bit.
I haven't looked. Let me see. Oh wow, yeah, it is.
Yeah, when did they do the split?
I don't
Was it
remember.
this year?
Yeah, it was this year.
Yeah. I just, I don't. They're kind of ruined themselves. It's going to take a while to get over that, probably too. A lot of people just don't want to invest in it again because it's not. It's number one. Let me see. They're not paying a dividend either, right? Eh,
No, they brought it back.
Yeah, they brought it back. But the thing is it's just it's got bad taste in your mouth, right? That's the problem. It's going to take a while, like generations, to get over that bad taste. I wouldn't put it in my dividend portfolio. Before, 6 years ago, it would be a juggernaut in there,
I wouldn't sell puts on it either.
It used to be the biggest company in the world at one point? Or was it ExxonMobil?
Yeah, like GE, ExxonMobil, and Walmart or something?
Yeah, something like that. Or IBM might have been in there at some point. Let's see here. Yes, Sark has options. Yep, he's the person that brought that one up. They should have named it Sark K. Darn it. It would have been better. Sark K. God. Oh man. Elon Musk named Person of the Year. I am going to puke. Yeah, he's going after Pocahontas big time too. And it's not just Pocahontas. This is another one too. Joy Reid or something. Might have been her.
Is it really him?
What do you mean?
Is he really behind the tweets?
I don't know.
Has anybody asked him that? Like, is he really the one that's doing the tweeting?
I don't know. Don't ask Kamala Harris that. She'll start yelling at you. Who's the real president right now? Who's acting president right now? Man, she hear her yelling at that dude?
I saw the headline. I still need to watch the clip though.
Oh man, she like brought out her was she a district attorney? Prosecutor. Was she prosecutor?
Prosecutor.
Man, she brought out that hat. God. She tried to lay down the law. Well, you got to give her some credit, Gerry. Let's give her a round of applause. Let's give her a golf clap, Gerry. She did not laugh.
That's kind of crazy.
That is. It was a tough question and put her in a weird spot, and she did not laugh. So let's give her a round of applause.
That's interesting. That's interesting. So those other times when she did laugh, I think she actually knew the answer to the question. Or no, she didn't know the answer to the question, right? So she laughed to cover that up.
She laughs when she's put in an uncomfortable position.
Right. But
this time, who's the real president right now? Who's pulling the strings? That's not really like, she can just easy play. Oh, come on. you know who the president is. I
Well,
mean,
that's
you
what
know
I'm
what I mean?
saying. This time she didn't laugh because she actually knew the answer to the question.
Could be. She just didn't feel uncomfortable. It's pretty obvious that yeah, Gary's not here, so I don't say just kidding. I don't want to piss Gary off, but oh man. Um, let's see here. Person of the year. I'm not a big Elon Musk fan. I know a lot of people love him. I don't have anything against the guy either. He's an over promise, under deliver type of dude, which he can get away with that. But I'm gonna give him a little credit. He's better than freaking Bill Gates. He's not crazy like Bill Gates is. Elon Musk is crazy, but it's a different type of crazy.
There is a weird ass commercial on YouTube. You see that where he's in a freaking bathtub? What the hell is
Yeah,
that?
I think I've seen that one recently. It's Elon Musk. He can do whatever the hell he wants. He's not the richest guy in the world, though. They kind of try to treat him like he is, but he's he's Elon Musk. You really can't compare him to. You can't compare him to Bezos. You can't compare him to Bill Gates. They're just not the same. There's a big difference there between those people. We usually do prime rib for Xmas dinner, but we'll probably do something different this year. $13 a pound. That's actually pretty cheap. I think it's like $16 for the ones I've been getting.
I'm doing tamales. I was looking at was it prime rib? No, London. No, what was it?
London
I
bro?
forget what it was. Maybe it was a London. They're at Costco. They're like, that big. $200. I'm like, what the hell's this?
Better be
okay.
freaking organic and shit. Pasture raised. David, you can get skirt steak. You can get rump roast. Sure, those are all cheap. No, I'm with you. I love prime rib too, but normally what I would do is I would go for ribeye first because it's got most fat on it. I could do a New York steak as well. Prime rib, oh man, prime rib. You're getting what's another one? Filet mignon, that's expensive. No fat on it, Gerry. No fat. I heard you can still get top ramen pretty cheap. Actually, I don't know. Did that go up, Gerry?
No, they're still like $5 for $1.
No, it used to be 10 for $1.
They used to be 10 for $1. They're like $5 for $1 now.
You see those at like the $1.25 store?
Yeah, you got to go to the $1.25 store. Actually, the $1.25 store is a ripoff, man. Most of that stuff there is just a ripoff.
Is it? Can of tuna, if it's $1.25, is still a good deal. I mean, the problem is most of the canned tuna, you got to stay away from the canned tuna that's got the mercury in it. You got to go for the albacore, in water too, preferably. But no RVs in Heiko. You didn't drive down there, or you just? Yeah, you have to drive all the way. That's a long drive anyway. Going from Mexico. Heiko. Heiko is pronounced Hasco.
Oh, he corrected himself.
Wait. Heiko is pronounced Heiko. I'm right, Gerry. Heiko. God.
Hako.
Heiko. Heiko, Gerry.
That is ha.
The A makes the A long.
That's ha. That's not hey.
Native American Senator Elizabeth Warren has tested positive for C-19 while feuding the billionaire Elon Musk on Twitter over taxes paid. I talked about this a couple streams ago. Why would you want to tax the person that's creating the freaking electric vehicles that you guys are all for? That seems stupid to me, but yeah, I don't know. She tested positive. She tested positive with that jet fuel, Gerry. Native American Senator Elizabeth Warren. Man, it's going back and forth. On Tuesday, President for Life Joe Biden is going to address the nation. When does he not address the nation, though? He always addresses the nation, Jerry. Every freaking week he's talking. He's up there and then running away afterwards. I don't know what's new about this one.
He's going to introduce more lockdowns and restrictions.
Oh, man. I hope not. God, I'm going to move to Texas or Florida. Yeah. I hope he's not a president for life. Yeah, I'll watch. I always watch. I watch Fox or CNN. They always have that bullshit on there. So I don't like watching CNN most of the time because you don't get real news out of it. You know, they leave a lot of news out. I don't like that. You know, and I actually like news networks that have both sides on and kind of get the debate going. You know, I like those. Fox seems to do that most of the time, a lot of the time. You know, like Geraldo, for example, he's not very conservative. I don't like a lot of stuff the guy says. Neither is that Juan Williams guy, man. That guy is not very conservative, you know. Neither was that Bill. What's the Bill that used to be on there, Jerry? The old fart that was on like the 5?
Bill. Damn it. Not Bill Maher.
No, not Bill Maher. The old fart that used to be on the 5. I don't know what his name was. His name might not be Bill. More lockdowns. God, I hope we don't have more lockdowns. Let's just hope we don't have lockdowns. It's just,
I don't know. I really see a bunch of states if they like announce like lockdowns and whatnot. I see a bunch of states sticking their middle finger up to the feds.
It's the more they try to do this, the more the more people are going to push back and not be acceptable of it a second time. It's starting to lose its effect at this point as far as people putting up with it. You know what I mean? Like we have a mask mandate here in a couple of counties, and I have to wear a damn mask. It fucks my nose all up and shit. Pisses me the hell off because I'll probably deal with this the rest of my life now. And I just over what? A stupid mask, you know? It's like, come on. Now I got a lasting effect my entire life, probably. You know, over something that they think is such a minute thing to do. Anyways, whatever. I hope they retire. Yeah, reality season next year, Jerry. So you might want to start thinking about that, Raymond. Moving into some income funds or something like that. If you don't have a ginormous portfolio, you know, $3, $5, $10 million like fucking Susie Orman wants you to have, then you might want to look at some income ETFs. Let's see here. I want to live off my dividends and crypto staking. I didn't know there's still people doing that. And sell puts to generate capital to buy additional sticks. Yeah. Live off dividends. Yeah, if you're living cheap, don't you have kids and all that stuff? I always get people confused, but yeah, you got kids. It might be tough. If they're not out of the house and, you know, empty nesters and all that, you go live over in Chiang Mai. You know, $500 a month, you live like a king.
With a maid.
Well, it's probably about $1,000 a month, probably for a family, but or two, you know, a spouse. So yeah, I didn't hear more about that. This is stats. Let's give Kamala credit for going down on Willie Brown. It had to be a tough job. Which one is he talking about, Jerry?
What do you mean, which one?
I don't know Willie Brown.
Willie Brown was the mayor of San Francisco, and that's where Kamala was prosecutor. And that's what she did to boost her career.
Yeah, she's a disgusting human being as far as I'm concerned. I honestly, if you had Hillary and her, like I had to pick which one to be president, I'd probably go with Hillary, and that's saying something. That's probably
Yeah.
that's saying something because I do not like Hillary. Like that would be a tough one. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to be put in that situation.
I mean, this literally makes no sense, right? I mean, Kamala was, telling Joe he was the biggest racist alive and blah, blah, blah. And next thing you know, they're together. We did it, Joe. They're like, what?
Yeah, as she's pushing his wheelchair off the side of a fucking cliff.
What the heck just
Um,
happened here?
I mean, she's just falling out of favor right now. Anyway, you got lame duck president in there right now. He's not doing a damn thing. He's not going to run again. He has to say he is, but he's not going to run again. You got Camel Toe Harris, which nobody's going to want her as a president anyway. So, yeah, who's the Buttigieg? Maybe will come out of the woodwork. DeSantis will hopefully run on that side. I don't know if it's going to be a Trump DeSantis ticket or not, but anyways. So what's up with San Francisco not having a mask mandate, but all of California does?
I don't understand that whatsoever. It makes zero sense. So California issued a mask mandate for all people. They gave an exception to San Francisco. Why? I have no idea. Maybe I don't know if it because the first Omicron variant case was from San Francisco. So why would they give them an exception? Is it to let it spread? I don't know. It's kind of weird.
It is weird. Nancy Pelosi is also trying to push back on not be able to trade stocks. She wants to be able to trade stocks. Did you hear about that?
No.
No, it is. She's pushing back on it. Of course, you're pushing back on it. You got to be able to pay your $25 million house off. Yeah, that's how she made her 20. She's worth a lot more than $25 million, by the way. But so that's a good question. They make roughly about $170,000 to $200,000 a year or something like that, right? The president makes $400,000 a year for the rest of their life. But the thing is, even if you're in Congress for that long, how are you going to have? This is saying it's $25 million. I know it's a lot more than that, by the way. Is she worth like $100 million or some shit? How do they make that money? Is it books? Is it all books? Is it all insider trading? It's a question for you.
Yeah, it's all backdoor donations and foundations. I mean, look at the Clinton Foundation. That's how.
Yeah, that's true. It's like the Black Lives Matter, the same thing. Like the founders are like rich.
I mean, yeah. I mean, look, like, why would someone pay $10 million to hear Bill Clinton speak? Like, what is that? That makes zero sense, right? But it happens frequently.
You can go to his haircut place and hear him speak for free.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, we got to give her a lot of credit for not laughing and going down on Willie Brown. Warren yelled at Elon for profiting from the government subsidies on solar. She claimed the solar subsidy on her tax return. Yeah, I think that still exists too. It's quite a bit of money too. I don't have a problem. I'm talking about the subsidies for if you want to build an off-grid house or whatever, you can buy solar panels and all that stuff, and they'll give you a big tax credit. I think it's a good thing. Probably because I want to get solar panels sometime down the road, but on top of the RV, Gerry. Yeah, I don't know. They're hypocrites. Why would you fight the guy that's really trying to? Not that EV's cleaner, but it has a. I guess if everybody's doing EV, it might be cleaner, right? I don't know. That's debatable, right? Because it costs money to produce electricity, and right now our electricity is not clean to produce, So I don't know. But he is one guy that actually is trying to promote the agenda that they're trying to promote, right? Which is EV.
Yeah, it is kind of weird that they would be against him for sure.
Yeah. That's stupid. It's just a distraction. Fully vaccinated will mean 2 shots and 22. Well, 22 boosters is too low. So, yeah. Get 100 boosters, get the next 100 for free, Gerry. Once we get to the communism variant, we're done. Let's see here. Why are all the growth stocks down? because people are rotating out of them. They're going into valuation. They're going into cheap stocks, cheaper growth, cheaper value stocks. There, that's what I wanted to say, Gerry. I'm going to move to the Philippines. I already built my house. I've heard Philippines is locked down right now. They've had it pretty rough. Vietnam's locked down.
Yeah, are you a citizen of the Philippines, or is your girlfriend a citizen of the Philippines?
Wife is. A girlfriend is.
If that's the case, then that's okay. That makes it a little easier.
Yeah. I already live very thrifty, so my standard of living will actually be better. There you go. I would look at doing. You might be able to just live off a regular portfolio, a regular dividend portfolio if you want. I would say even putting a Devo in there is fine. Have some SHD in there. It pays pretty good too. It might not be any need to go into XYLD, QYLD, or anything like that, or YLD. You could put a JEPI or NUSI in there, I suppose, but you might not need to. You might not want to. I'm okay with it for me, but you got to understand, not all my net worth's in there, right? So he's got it all figured out, Gerry.
Yep.
Pelosi is a crack trade. Oh. Pelosi is a crook trading on it. Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
Oh,
what's that?
She's getting the Bidens, though. Have you heard her speak a couple of times?
What do you mean?
She's getting the Bidens where she can't really
really? Oh, yeah. She is pretty bad, yeah.
She's bad.
She was talking the other day, talking about the crime or whatever. She doesn't understand why the crime's happening. I'm like, really? You don't understand why people are doing smash and grab? How could you not know? It's in your state. It's like, oh my gosh. So the thing with the smash and grab is, Gerry and I were talking about this last night, actually. It's dangerous to try to combat that on your own, right? Number one, especially in California, probably, but because this guy was sleeping in his shop, trying to protect his shop, right? If like a group of thugs come in there, smash and grab, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You going to shoot one of them? You going to kill them all? You know what I mean? Like, you probably been your right, maybe, in some states to do that, probably. Some states you can protect property, but would you risk going to jail the rest of your life or even killing somebody? Nobody wants to kill anybody. Well, most people don't want to kill anybody and have that on their mind and conscious the rest of their life, right? Is it worth it? So what do you do? That's
the problem with that is if he's in his shop, right, and some people come in and he spooks them and they turn, what are you gonna do? Shoot all these people in the back?
Can't do that.
You know what I mean? So it's
that. Good luck trying to tell a jury that. Yeah, they turn around. I shot him on the way out. I mean, good luck doing that. So you don't want to risk it. I mean, this stuff should be insured. You know what I mean? What I would say is fortify the doors, fortify the glass. You know what I mean?
It's different if they come into your home.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
That's it's a totally different thing, right?
Because they're not there to smash and grab your home. Worst likely, it could be a home invasion. They could probably kill you.
Yeah.
They're not there in the business to kill anybody, really. If they break into your house and you're there and they didn't expect you to be there, it could get ugly. I don't know about all states. In this state, we can. We got the make my day law and all that crap here, but I don't know. That's a tough one. I would say drop a flash bang grenade or something. Drop something there that's just going to bust them out of there. But I just don't think trying to protect it with deadly force is the way to go. I mean, I think it's the way to go, like in a, like, I'll be damned, you're going to break into my store. I mean, I get that. Trust me. I'm a person that believes in that, right? Fuck you, going to take all my shit. You know what I mean? But why would you want to risk it over some stuff, right? That's probably insured to go to jail the rest of your life or kill somebody. Maybe even kill somebody innocent too that was just in the store or something. Who knows, outside or whatever. My wife is a citizen and my girlfriend is also. Are you being serious, Raymond? Oh, man.
They do that in the Philippines.
Afghanistan. Bedtime. The Bucks are somehow losing 9-0 at home against the third-string quarterback with an injured finger in his throwing hand. Jesus, the Bucks are sucking more than Baba right now, and that's saying something. I don't know who the Bucks are. I don't know what
Tampa
state they're
Bay
in.
Buccaneers. I'm surprised they're losing. They got Tom
Oh,
Brady.
Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's Bucks. I didn't know that. Bucks are trash. I'm trying to get the Philippines. I'm trying to get into the Philippines now. I'm having difficulty obtaining a visa right now. I'm afraid they will completely close down in January again. Yeah, I've heard it's been closed. It's hard to get there. Like Thailand's open right now. You can go to Thailand, hang out there.
Philippines is no
Well,
joke with that stuff. They
he's
don't play around.
he's got a while before he's going to retire, though, didn't he? So like another year. I said a year, so yeah, a while. I keep thinking this shit's gonna be done. Like what the hell's going on? We're gonna go back and shit. Who knows? Maybe they'll close the AT down, Jerry. Top 7 stocks equal 28%. Excuse me, 25% total weighting of S&P 500 and equals 82% of the gains for the year in SP. The other 493 stocks equal 70% of the gains posted in a file. Okay. Well, I mean, all those stocks that didn't perform this well this year could perform well next year.
That's the dogs of the Dow strategy.
Value stocks this year, baby. Value stocks. I'm going back to Florida this March for a trip someplace I was when COVID hit in March 2020. Wow, it's been that long. Yeah, no. Long 15 days. Did you have to quarantine?
Well, he's just saying it's been a long 15 days because it was 2 weeks to stop the spread.
Yeah.
And here we are, a year later.
Yeah, a year later. My wife and I are
2 years
separated
later.
for 3 years. She is actually helping me get my visa. Huh. That's a nice ex-wife. Or I mean, is she an ex or not ex? I don't know. Thailand red light district is far. Yeah, that's not closed down. Take a tuk-tuk out of there. We're at the bottom of the stream, and we're almost 2 hours and 30 minutes in, so we're going to call it here. Gerry and I wish everybody a merry, very, very merry wish, happy Kwanzaa, merry. Yeah. Anyways, you know what I mean. Kwanzaa. No, is it just Santa Claus Day. So where we at, Gerry? Markets. Yeah, it's not looking good. So we wish everybody a merry, very merry Christmas. Have a safe, happy Christmas. We'll see you on Sunday. And by the way, the market's closed on Friday, and the market, all the options expire on Thursday. All right. What do we got here? Yes, Gerry, 15 days. Holy cow, they're all popping in here. Referring to remembering hearing that phrase on, yeah, jeez. All right, y'all. Hey, thanks for joining. We'll see y'all later. Gerry, you want to say anything?
Merry Christmas. Feliz Navidad. Happy New. Well, no, I won't say that until next week. So you guys have a good week.
All right, y'all. See y'all later.